Hi everyone, I'm Wade, your Cinephile host. Sooner or later, we are all bound to retire someday. Many dream of winning the lottery so they can retire early, and some do. But the vast majority of people will only retire at the set retirement age. Have you thought about what you would do when you retire? The movie The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel tells the story of several British retirees who decided to move to Jaipur, India, to stay at a hotel that was advertised as an exotic retirement home. Amongst them, Jean and Douglas Ainsley are a couple who hopes to have an affordable retirement after investing in their daughter's internet business. This couple has polar opposite personalities to each other. Douglas is open-minded and always up for trying new things, while Jean is an egocentric person who's prejudiced towards anything different from what she knows. On their way to the hotel on the bus, an Indian man shows his hospitality by sharing some of his food with Douglas. He immediately accepts this act of kindness and ate up the food, while his wife was absolutely disgusted and made sarcastic comments at him.
Are you insane? Avoid all food not from a reputable vendor. It'll be washing in pure water.
It's just a sandwich.
Once they arrived at Jaipur, Jean is overwhelmed by the culture shock and decided to hide in the hotel, while Douglas explores the city. Over time, he gets acquainted with another member of their group, Evelyn Greenslade, a widowed housewife who sold her house to pay off her husband's debt before coming to Jaipur. Having the same optimism as Douglas, Evelyn ends up finding a job at a local call center, which Jay owned, the older brother to the hotel manager Sonny's girlfriend. Jay found that Evelyn could improve his staff's English and teach them how to communicate with the customers more effectively.
So it is really builder's tea?
Yes. We dunk biscuits into it.
You dunk?
Jay hires Evelyn as she is more than qualified to do the job. In the meantime, other companions of the group, like Norman Cousins, an aging Lethorian, attempts to relive his youth in Jaipur, seeking out any woman who would have him, while Mage Hardcastle, who went through several unsuccessful marriages, attempts to search for a new romance. She joins the Viceroy Club and hopes to find a single man, only to find Norman there. But she is not interested in Norman, so instead, she decided to help set him up with a woman named Carol. What started off as a disaster turned into a raw and honest conversation that led to a pleasant first meet between Carol and Norman.
Can we drop all this pretense? Start again. I'm not charming, I'm not good at repartee, and...
Although every one of them would agree that the hotel is a dilapidated place to be spending their retirement life, it was still the most affordable option. And Sonny, the manager of the hotel, had a vision grander than life, with an enthusiasm second to none. Everyone was able to learn to make the best of the situation and began to find the beauty in the little things, except for Jean, who still struggled to fit in. Graham Dashwood is a High Court judge who lived in Jaipur as a child. One day he abruptly retires and decides to return to India in search of his special childhood friend. Graham confides in Evelyn and tells her that he's actually gay, and the reason for this visit was to find his long-lost Indian lover, Manoj. Later, with the support of Evelyn and Douglas, Graham was able to find Manoj, who's actually been happily married for all these years.
I'm sorry, I don't know who you are.
I'm Gaurika, the wife of Manoj.
Oh, well, I'm very pleased to meet you. If you could, if you'd tell him that I called by, I'd very much appreciate it.
Manoj and Graham are overjoyed to see each other again. They spend the whole night catching up. The very next day, when Graham had returned to the hotel, he had a chat with Norman, where he expressed his joy and content. Soon after, he passed away peacefully on a swing from a heart condition. More sad news came when Mrs. Kapoor, Sonny's mother, tells him to close up the hotel and go back with her to their hometown to marry another girl. Yet, Sonny was persistent about his dream for the hotel, just as his dad once was. He asks her to reconsider and check their ledgers again.
Please, if I could just show you these
I
figures.
don't need to see them. I know they don't add up.
There is still time to turn things around. With a small injection of funds, we...
Mrs. Kapoor ultimately still rejected the idea to continue the hotel, and worse, she rejected Sonny's union with Sunaina, his girlfriend. Disheartened by this, Sonny gave in and decided to shut down the hotel. But everything changed when Evelyn sparked in Sonny to fight for his love and his dream for the hotel. After he boldly professes his love to Sunaina, together they rode to the hotel to confront Mrs. Kapoor of their intentions to marry, regardless of her approval or not. Ultimately, she was reminded by one of the longtime hotel employees that she too was in a similar situation when she married Sonny's dad. Moved by this, she finally gave her blessing. Meanwhile, Miriam Donnelly, one of the guests who had come to Jaipur for a cheaper hip operation, had investigated the hotel's accounts and convinced an investor to keep the hotel open, as she intended to act as a deputy manager to help Sonny, while she also convinced the other residents to stay on.
On my own? I know you're off your game, dear. Lost your confidence, maybe. But, you are a thoroughbred.
The residents are optimistic and agree to stay on. Carol and Norman move in together. Jean realizes her marriage to Douglas had come to an end, just like her journey at Jaipur. She is the only member of the group to return to England, while Douglas remained in the hotel, much to Evelyn's joy. The hotel flourishes with the retired residents all enjoying life after retirement at the best exotic Marigold Hotel. The movie ends hopeful and bright, just like the future of Marigold Hotel, along with the residents all ready to embark on this new, exotic adventure of retired life. We see that life is full of new wonders with all sorts of diversities to explore. And perhaps if we allow ourselves to adapt and learn from these experiences, we will be able to live a life more fulfilled. So, Ruby, the name of this movie is The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. But exotic 到底是什么意思啊?
Well, exotic means not local, 异国情调的. You can use this word when talking about a movie, restaurant, or even people.
Ooh. Can you think of an example?
Oh, I know. Exotic food. Have you tried that Indian restaurant down the street? It's really good.
有啦 I've had Indian food, 但 Ruby 好像没有想到我在讲的例子。
Oh, I do have another one. Exotic pets. Like 水獭、刺猬啊，还有雪貂，我一直很想养雪貂。
Okay, that's cute. 但是 Ruby 我在想的例子还是没有猜到。
Just tell me already.
Me 我啊，大家一看到我这张脸不就觉得很 exotic 吗？
Yeah, obviously. Hey, I've been described as exotic before. 你觉得是负面的吗
？Exotic 算是中式的字。But I don't know about you, when people talk and say that I'm exotic, I think they mean it in a positive light.
Good to be you, huh?
Yep, sure is. Well, I am Wade.
I'm Ruby.
I hope you have learned something useful in this episode of Cinephile as I did. You can find more on the Fun Day website. Let's make every day a fun day.
How's your girlfriend?
I look forward to you meeting her.
And I look forward to your meeting the girl you're going to marry. She comes from a very good family in Delhi, beta. A very good family.
I can marry as I choose, Mamiji. I don't need anyone's permission.
I presume it is your girlfriend who fills your head with this nonsense? Huh? A very good reason not to marry her.
What if I love her?
An even better reason. Now go and tell young Wasim to come and get my luggage from the car.
You cannot carry as a dicky bag. Wait. Your luggage? How long are you staying?
As long as it takes.